wanted to ask you about the format. You're playing yourself. You're just trying to go throughout your everyday, but you just get sucked into these surreal, ridiculous situations. It's very Curb in that way. Was that always the format that you had in mind, or how did it sort of develop?
Yeah, that was always the format that you have in mind. But when you're kind of scaling things up to meet, the time of a 30-minute sitcom, you want to kind of find ways to expound these ideas while also making the ideas bigger. So we really spent a lot of time figuring out the composition of our shots, figuring out how we wanted to kind of drive the narrative engine, what we wanted to show, what we wanted to say. We really spent a lot of time thinking about the ways to kind of keep the idea as small as possible while making sure it still had legs and could kind of live in its own space.
What really impressed me was that some of the biggest laughs for me came from the smallest details, like the little audio announcements that you'd hear in the background. It's very easy to miss some of these jokes. How was it just kind of going over and adding in all these small touches that really make the show great?
I think from it's really in preparation from the starting point. I knew we wanted layers to the show. I know we wanted layers to the jokes. A lot of the times, we would get notes and like, oh, this sounds great. We love the episode, but can you tell us where the jokes are? And it's like, oh, the jokes aren't necessarily there yet in this specific section because the jokes are visual. And we just had so much trust and so much, I guess, support from the network in and of itself just to kind of allow us the leniency to kind of put those things in later. But it really comes with preparation. You have to be able to communicate what you want to create from the ground level. And we were able to do that, I think, in a really, really unique manner because in every episode, there's small things going on that are really the punchlines, but they're kind of in the background.
You're known for being very quick-witted. Was there much improv while filming the show?
Near zero, to be honest. When I think about it, it was pretty much most of it, off if not all of it, was the script. But a lot of that has to do with me writing it myself. I feel like a lot of the other actors, of course, they made informed decisions based on the situations that going at hand. There are some riffs here and there, but everyone was just so good and just so their timing was just so perfect that I couldn't even point out to you what felt like it kind of left the page because the execution of it was just so spot on to what I intended it to be that it just felt like it was directly from script, even if something was slightly altered.
We see a lot of Pokemon merch in the episode 5 flashback in your room. Who was your favorite starter Pokemon?
I don't know. I'll see. Sometimes, some days you want to go Squirtle, right? And then some days you want to go Pikachu, but it's never a Bulbasaur, because that's just weird. That's just weird.
It is strange.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm feeling you there.
Yeah, so we never got there.
And the Rick Ross cameo was great. How did you get him involved?
Just within the storyline that coming out of that meeting, I wanted to have someone there who kind of contrasted Vince a lot in their disposition or their perception as far as how the world viewed them, but had the business acumen that Vince was looking to gain. So I feel like he was the perfect person for that moment because, even though that Rick Ross is a hyper successful musician, a lot of that success is just attributed to his amazing music career and not really his wise business decisions. So him being there to give Vince that information was very integral to the storyline.
I'm a big My Hero fan, so I was wondering if you still think Deku's a hoe.
Yeah, I had to stop watching. It was too much crying, too much just ungratefulness. When All Might got skinny, I turned that shit off. But I'm going to pick it up again.